Hey everybody, welcome back to the Smart Getting Connect 5-minute follow-up. Today I brought back a really cool guest with me, Kevin Willett, who is with New England B2B Marketing. So Kevin, why don't you just take a few seconds to remind everybody who you are and what you do?
So again, my name is Kevin Willett. I'm the CEO of the New England B2B Networking Group. I host online video speed networking events that focus on the B2B market.
So speed networking events brought me, and when I was listening to our podcast together, something really stood out to me because I think you do a phenomenal job with, number one, keeping the word social and social media, and then being able to take that social media content and translate that into meetings on Zoom. Can you give us a little bit more in depth as to how that actually works for you? How did you get to that process and functionality to get people to actually to interact with you one on one?
Yeah, it is amazing. Consistency, Tom, would be my number one tip. I remember a few years ago, I was doing YouTube videos, I still do, but I wasn't getting the response that I was looking for. And someone's like, hey, you should do Facebook Live. And I'm like, no, no, no. Because I'm thinking, what if I say something silly or, maybe, say something inappropriate, throw an F-bomb out. And I, started doing it and it just took off, Tom. What I find is that when I'm honest and I'm myself, I'm just like, hey, today I messed up. There's times I do things wrong. I'm like, I didn't handle this transaction the way I should have. I didn't, one of my tips is, control your emotions. There's times when I haven't done that. So, I just hop on and say, you know what, guys, I messed up today. This is what I did. This is why I did it. And this is how I'm handling it. This is why I think how you should handle it. And whenever I do that, I get so much response. People like, you know why I like you? Because you're real. You're not up there just saying you're perfect. You never make a mistake. When you mess up, you're the first one to hop on and say, I mishandled this. And it just draws people to me. The other thing we did on a whim one day is I took a picture with somebody and I posted it on social media and a bunch of people liked it. I'm like, hmm. And so I did it again the next day and more people liked it. And I'm like, okay, the picture thing works because I just tag you like, hey, hanging out with my buddy Tom over at the job room having coffee. And then when your friends like it, I'm like, hey, thanks for liking it. I noticed you're a business owner. Do you have any interest in networking events? And it just helps, keep building the brand. It's kind of funny, Tom, when we were doing in-person events, I had one woman that would come all the time and she would always tease me. She's like, I had to make sure I did my hair and wore a nice outfit today because I knew you're going to take a picture with me. So it was kind of like the running joke with some of my friends, like, hey, make sure you're dressed up. He likes to take pictures. But it was a way to just connect my network to your network. So then people would reach out to me like, hey, who's this Tom guy you took a picture with? What's he all about? So it was a simple way. And it's amazing sometimes, to see what it comes. But what happens for me, Tom, is when I stop doing those types of things, stop blogging, stop sharing my knowledge, my connections start to go away. I'm like, hey, the events aren't selling as well because I'm not earning it, Tom. I'm not going out and sharing my knowledge freely. And that's the key, is that some people are a little hesitant to do that. Well, if I tell them everything, they won't need me. Well, maybe, but they can Google that too. I mean, there's no great secrets to, networking, but just by going out and sharing it, going out on LinkedIn, I try to share LinkedIn Live, 4 or 5 days a week. Instagram TV has been great for me. Was building up a following on Instagram, but that's the number one thing I get. People, I just like that you're willing to share. Occasions on Sundays, I really like this TV show Shameless. I grew up in the acre, so it kind of reminds me of growing up in the acre. That's why I like it. But I call it Shameless Sunday. Like, hey, if you're on my Facebook friend, go on and promote your business today. And people just jump on, and it gives me a chance like, oh, I never knew that's what Tom did for a living. It's just simple things like that. I see something, hey, Tom's trying to raise money for, his hockey team or whatever, and I share those posts. You have it 100% on. It's called social media. Be social. Help people. Hey, Tom, that was a great article you shared. Because most of us will thumb up something, but we won't take the time to share it going, hey, check this out. This Tom's making a really great point. Just to do something like that. Most people won't do it. I'm like, guys, it's social media. I find the more I interact with people, the more they interact with me. And I did a post about that the other day. It's amazing, when you take the time. One of the things I've been trying to do, Tom, is say thank you. So if people like something, I'll try to take a minute at the end of the day. Hey, Tom, appreciate you taking a minute to like my video today. It was really cool of you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know what? They like it tomorrow too.
Yeah, right. So
And
that's really,
simple stuff.
it's all about the actual interaction and the consistency of the interaction, right? So that's basically what it summarizes that.
Yeah, it really is. It's amazing to watch, and then it just, then they keep sharing my videos each day. I have people, there's some people that it was really funny. I have this one guy, I've never met him. He doesn't even live local. And I reached out to him, wish him a happy birthday. He sent me the nicest email ever.
That's pretty awesome.
Really that simple, my friend.
So wrapping it up, our 5 minutes, I think we're a little bit over, but I'm good with that. As always, I think we're over a lot of times, everybody, so I apologize for that, but I'm going to start calling it the 6-minute follow-up. But anyway, Kevin, thank you again very much. It's my pleasure to have you on again, and look forward to working with you a little bit more.
Beautiful. Thank you again, Tom. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.